What about the propaganda?
From what side? Where? I feel like that's the large majority of what we're watching on TV.
Yeah.
Like,
that's where that's where I feel like.
What specifically?
The hysteria.
So, coronavirus. But fear is one of the best tactics to use. Like, let's talk about it from a marketing standpoint. If I was to caption this little segment that we're going to do, Mogul Minds, weekly updates, we would get a certain amount of clicks. If I was to caption this, coronavirus hysteria, we'd get way more fucking clicks. So fear sells. Yeah. That's why horror movies are a thing. That's why I'm going to see Candyman when it comes out.
Yeah, of course.
Fear sells like sex sells.
When does it come out?
Man, shit. Damn, that is a good point. I didn't even think about that. How the fuck am I going to see Candyman?
That's a good point.
You need to freeze your gym account. You need to do a lot of things.
Dude, if the gyms aren't automatically freezing accounts, they're on dirt. And I'm sure they're not. Their auto draft is staying the fuck on unless the bank shut down.
Absolutely it is.
Yeah, we're in.
I mean, you know what's hard about that too is
they're going to be like, hey, we'll give you a free month when you go and complain.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, what about the people that work there still got to keep their employees? I'm just thinking about the business overall. They end up, because then you got restaurants. I insure a couple restaurants. They have no idea what to do because like, look, we got employees. Where are they gonna get their money from?
I heard from some Chicago service industry people that some restaurants are just laying people off so they can at least get unemployment until this shit gets sorted out.
That's not that bad of an idea.
It's not if your boss straight tells you, like, look, bro, this shit's finna get fucked up. They're gonna jam us up, bro. There's nothing I can do. I can't fucking pay you to not work. I'll fire you. I'll rehire you in like, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Come back.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
A bunch of those people are gonna love that fucking unemployment lifestyle. They ain't coming back, dog.
That's man. Bro, you should say something that really scares me. The thought process of
I got this now,
right? Like whatever, right? I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. Therefore, there's nothing I have to do. Therefore, I don't have to go back. But now you're trapped in this loop. So now that people with no job, now that there's more people not working.
So, question to you then: us as individuals with ambition.
Yeah.
Because essentially, what you're talking about is socialism. It's circled back there, and we're going to get to this coronavirus. We're going to make sure to spend the last 10 minutes here on coronavirus. But what you're talking about is socialism. And this whole ideology of if people like Andrew Yang, as he was running, he was talking about the universal basic income. They started calling it the freedom dividend, where you give everybody $1,000 a month. Now, that's not enough money for people to stop working. But with unemployment, depending on how much you make and shit like that, I think you can get like 60% of what you average. I happen to know people in my life that worked their whole fucking life, had kids, all types of shit. Shit went left and they got unemployment. They were good. Never did more traveling, never did fucking more, like, motherfuckers was going to Vegas, Cali, Puerto Rico, out of the country, So there's a certain amount of people who will manage with what they can if they do get something like that.
Stretch it out, make it last.
There's a certain amount of people that will.
Of course.
There's also a certain amount of people who that shit will never be enough. There's also certain people like me who I'll go crazy sitting at home doing nothing for too long. That's not good for my mental state.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the type of person I am. So for people with ambition, if everybody else who really ain't on shit out here is really just staying in the crib, being comfortable, doing whatever the fuck it is that they do, just staying out of your way, doesn't that kind of clear up the path for what you want to do?
Look, man, I see a lot of opportunities. I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
I cannot help but to see this as a great opportunity to evolve and to grow and to really, honestly, unite, because this is creating a lot of division. So the stronger, the more we unite, the more we're doing the opposite of what's happening, the more the trajectory is just going to go up.
So what you're saying is, guys, if you want to ensure success, be as involved as possible with Mogul Minds Network. That is what it sounds like Edwin is saying to me. I'm pretty sure that's
basically, because we're in a location where we want to unite, we want to build, and we want to do the opposite of what's happening right now.
Agreed.
Because it's like a magnet, right? What happens when you put the opposite sides of the magnet, right?
No.
The opposite.
Magnets, opposites attract.
The same side of the magnet.
Same sides.
The same
smack apart.
The same sides of the magnet.
Kids don't get magnets anymore. It's not a thing anymore. Those black little dominoes.
I mean,
magnets.
they're an amazing lesson.
Yeah, no.
Of that tension that can build up when you're doing something.
I think we have to first be able to, as a society, be able to identify divide and conquer when it's there in front of us, because it's everywhere, but we first have to identify it. People get so caught up in identity politics and you're a Mexican, you're a Colombian, oh, are you Afro-Latino, are you just Latinx, what am I? I'm black, but my family's from Belize. What the how does that, is it just Caribbean? What stops my Caribbean from Guatemalan Caribbean? All these stupid ass things. Look, divide and conquer is the main agenda there.
Yeah.
Because we're just one people, all being robbed, all of us being robbed by corrupt governments.
I know.
And the sooner we get on the same page and be like, fuck you, buddy. I don't think you should have my money. As soon as we just all say that at the same time, fuck you. I don't agree with you taking my money anymore. No thanks. As soon as we all get there, one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to change shit or they're going to get real brutal and show their true colors real quick, because that is a possibility. I'm not like fucking telling anybody to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just know that that's a possibility.
It definitely is.
But at the same time,
but ultimately, I think if we focus on the opportunity that this could bring, opposed to the chaos that we're seeing, it can be good.
Yeah.
So since you're bringing up the chaos and the hysteria, I want to talk coronavirus, right? We got 12 minutes left on the timer. We may run over, but
coronavirus.
COVID-19.
Because I'm sure you guys have just as much of both the mainstream and some secondary information that I have. So I'm only going to take the stance and talk about potential, not what I believe, just what's out there on the internet, and just the simple fact that somebody had the thought means that there could be a possibility. Could you guys break down how you guys have seen this coronavirus thing unfold and how we got to here today as far as coronavirus and everything?
I think I started seeing it when it was in China, then Italy, then I think it went to the Middle East, and then I noticed that these countries were just taking these drastic measures, right? They were isolating everyone, they were quarantining people and just shutting down events, and we were doing nothing about this. We were just standing still, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? I know you're saying you're not even bringing it up, but what's going on the other side of the world? What's going on over there? And they're literally shutting everything down. What do they know that we don't know, or what are we not being told?
Right.
And this was weeks ago, right?
Right. And then on top of all of that, even with what we are being told, we can't trust China.
Yeah, and then you start seeing, I'm also in the stock market, you start seeing certain things as far as government bonds, and just price of gold slightly starts going up, certain little signs, and you're just kind of
I thought gold and silver plummeted.
No.
I don't know.
They're going up.
Yeah.
So it makes you
always during catastrophes they go up.
I mean, precious metals
go up,
right? Because that's the only real currency.
Yeah, people start purchasing them like crazy.
So
Tesla dumped a bunch. Tesla dumped a bunch of their stock.
Why'd so many CEOs step down? You guys seen this?
Well, no, I'm not seeing. Let's
Yeah.
I noticed this, and then just certain maneuvers. I don't know, just certain wordings, and I don't know. It just didn't feel right. You're seeing all these different chaotic scenes on the other side of the world, and we're just standing still, not seeing the storm that's.
I'm
in the
literally
distance.
seeing Instagram videos of people falling out in the street in China. Everybody wearing masks.
Yeah.
The streets look like fucking. What's the movie with the one bitch and the zombie apocalypse and she always got a fucking gun? There's been like
Resident Evil.
yeah, boom, yeah.
So that's what I took of it, and just that's getting very strong. At this point, we're past containment, so we can't. There's no.
When you say we're past containment, what do you mean?
like, it's just gonna spread throughout every state. It's gonna be no different than the cold.
Because we don't know if it's airborne, if it's like it has a super long incubation period, some shit like 14 days. So
14 days.
we could all be sick right now and don't even fucking know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it could just be. Past containment means that it's just gonna be here to stay, and you either have the antibodies or you don't, and you just take extra precaution and not, touch your face, wash your hands.
I want to come
so on
back
and
to
so forth.
that. You either have the antibodies or you don't portion that you just said. I definitely want to come back to that. And I'm not wrapping you up or anything like that. I just wanted to see what this guy's perspective is, and we can definitely come back to you.
Yeah. I feel there's a lot of things that you can do to keep yourself, I don't know,
Occupied.
So you can be sanitary, so you can
Preventative measures.
Yeah, they're preventative measures, and what throws me off a lot was, at first when I heard about it was China, and then I'm like, okay, this is interesting.
Yep.
And then and part of me also is China controls their internet a lot. So I mean, I don't know what we're getting from China.
For the listeners, and just for the record, we are in Chicago. We are in the U.S. We do have a certain level of freedom that a lot of countries don't have, but at no point fall under the delusion that our internet is free. And when you type something into Google, you're getting what you're looking for.
Yeah, because there are programs. Yeah, I mean, there are programs. I mean, China developed, one of the most sophisticated algorithms in the world that monitors their whole internet.
Oh, their social network and their social
everything.
They got a social credit score.
Social credit
everything.
score.
It monitors everything on the internet. Everything that gets published on the internet. This it's called like the Big Red Wall or something like that.
That's wild.
Yeah, and it's this algorithm that basically goes searches through the internet, and if there's anything that's bad towards China, they red flag it and they pinpoint where it's at, and I mean you get in big trouble, right? You get locked up.
But the difference there is no illusion of freedom.
There's no illusion. They know the red wall
exactly
exists.
What you're asking
this red wall exists, and they know. Yeah, they know. So it was odd to me that we're getting information the way that we're getting, and that throws me off a little bit. Because I'm like, well, what are we getting really? And
well, it could be that it just breaks through the firewall really quick, and it just makes.
Well, that is what happens. Right. Certain times where it does break through. But I mean, still, there could be things that get let go, and there could be things that get published on purpose, and there could be so. And then another thing is, I've noticed there's been a lot of different levels of hysteria coming from this.
Yeah.
Well, when you say that, what do you mean specifically?
So I mean where I hear about the virus, but then I also hear people talking about something like 5G, and then I hear also people talking about, pedophiles, and about, and then I hear people talking about, martial law,
Yeah.
So these are all different scary situations, right? I mean, the virus alone killing our elderly, killing people that are asthmatic, killing those
people
that are
pre-existing conditions, especially if they're over a certain age.
That's scary within itself.
Facts. We have loved ones that we care about.
Exactly. So it's interesting. So it's just like everything else as a distraction. It catches my attention, and it just makes me think. It makes me think what's really going on right now. What really should I focus on? And I mean, like you said earlier, this.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I would like to focus on. So it gave me that reassurance where it's like, what, I'm in the right trajectory. And I need to continue it because this could really shift the trajectory that I'm in. This could.
As long as the internet don't go down, right? So, I have a few different opinions. I'm gonna try to get them out real quick. But as far as all of the facts and information that we have,
Yeah.
I'm right where you guys are. Honestly, I don't know how to feel. I'm conflicted. Now, for those of the listeners who are familiar with me, yes, I'm a conspiracy realist. Sometimes I do a conspiracy show when, the time's right and I don't have a million other things that I'm working on with the network. I do a show called Scarecrow's Wish. We've released a few episodes over the last few months. We did a 9/11 episode, and we did a NASA moon landing
Check out the NASA
episode. Yeah, definitely go check those episodes out. Let me know what you think. Any conspiracy realist out there, you guys are going to fuck with me for sure. Any people who just want truth and facts, you guys are going to fuck with me for sure. If you're in your emotions and you think you know it all and I still want you to listen and tell me why I'm wrong. I'll disagree most likely, but I'm open to the conversation. All those things being said, I